begin with, the first one is this area right here, which is the small intestines meridian. This is your area of joy and harmony, okay? This brings in joy and harmony. So I don't know, have you ever caught yourself like rubbing that area of your hand in particular and just massaging it a little bit? It just brings you into a place of more calm, okay? So this is the karate chop. So what we're going to do is begin with that meridian, the small intestines. This is the area where we bring in that joy and harmony, tap that in, and when it's out of balance, then we're more into the melancholy and the sadness part, okay? So we're gonna toss that aside and we're gonna go with the joy and harmony. Then I have my little list here, which I'm gonna make sure gets to you through your emails today. It's EFT and related acupuncture points, okay? So it kind of explains in more detail why these points are used for emotional freedom technique. Now, the first one is, okay, so the first one's the karate chop, which is not on this list, okay? But I just explained that to you as the small intestines. Then we go to the top of the head. So we do a little bit of tapping at the top of the head. I gotta actually take these glasses up and see this. It's not very big. Okay, so what this does when we tap on the top of our head, it releases the inner critic, the lack of focus, the gerbil wheel thinking, and it allows insight, allows our intuition to come in, our spiritual connection, allows us to focus, have wisdom, clarity. So this is why we tap on that particular meridian, okay? All right, so that's that meridian. Now the next meridian is the eyebrow, and this is the bladder meridian here. So you can tap on both eyebrows or just one, okay? This one in particular releases trauma, hurt, sadness, restlessness, impatience, frustration. If any of this resonates with you, then you may want to take a note, or when you get this, take a note then. Like, oh, I'm gonna like pay special extra attention to that because I have a lot of hurt and sadness around this particular topic that you're working with at that time, okay? So it allows inner peace and emotional healing, okay? So that's the eyebrow, like that. Okay, the next one is the side of the eye over here at the temple, and this is the gallbladder meridian, and this releases rage and anger and resentment and fear of change and muddled thinking, okay, going here and massaging that. And you may note that when you go for a massage, a lot of times they begin with the face and they're massaging in this area. They're releasing, they're helping you release any tension or stress, any anger, and bringing you into a place of balance, okay? The next one is under the eye here. This is the stomach meridian. And this also helps us release fear and anxiety, worry, emptiness, nervousness, and disappointment. So this area here. And I often wonder if our eyes become puffy as part of that. Like if we're in a state, I would really like to do a study on myself and just like monitor what my emotion is, and if I wake up in the morning with puffier eyes because of that emotion, because I haven't released it yet. I'm actually just thinking out loud about that, but I think I'll check into that and let you all know what I come up with on that. So that's the under the eye, releasing fear, anxiety, worry, emptiness, nervousness, and disappointment. So the next one is under the nose, and this is the governing meridian. So we tap on the governing meridian as embarrassment, releasing shame, guilt, grief, fear of ridicule, powerlessness. I mean, these are all very, very strong emotions. Everything that we're going, okay? Everything that's being talked about, very, very strong emotions right underneath here. Okay, the next one is the chin meridian. This is right below your lower lip in that little area where there's that line. That's your chin meridian, and this releases confusion, uncertainty, embarrassment, shame, and second guessing decisions. So it's interesting because a lot of us do that when we're thinking. I think there's even that beautiful sculpture where the gentleman's, isn't he doing that? Okay, so that's releasing all of that, and it allows in for self-confidence and self-acceptance, which is really cool. Then the next meridian is the kidney one, which is at the collarbone, right here. This bone that protrudes from uh, our let's see, in between our neck and our thymus here is the collarbone. And the collarbone is the kidney and the adrenals. So, and this is so funny, but just not to get off topic, but when we feel tired during the day, if we tap on that area right in between the collarbone, right there, that's called the thymus, if we tap on that, it kind of gives our adrenals a boost. It boosts our vitality. So just rubbing the chest, right in between the collarbone, right there at the, right below there. If you tap on that, if you're feeling kind of tired, and take a nice slow breath, just bring that in, release. That will bring back some vitality to you and give you a little extra time before that nap. So that's really interesting. So that's the collarbone. It is for psychological reversal. It releases worry, indecision, feeling stuck, and general stress. Interesting, okay? Because then you can also, when you're hitting that area right there, just calming yourself down, bringing that vital energy back in, not allowing the adrenals to dump like we do oftentimes after we eat a meal that is high in carbs or sugars. Then we can experience an adrenal dump at times where we just feel so tired, right? And so you want to just massage that area and kind of bring yourself back into balance. So what it does allow is ease in movement, confidence, and clarity. And then lastly, we're going to work with the spleen meridian. And this is about 4 inches below your armpit. You can do it on either side. 4 inches below, and you would tap on that. And that is guilt, obsessing, worry, that all affects our spleen, okay? And it allows us for clarity, confidence, relaxation of self and others, and having compassion for self and others, okay? So those are the meridian points that we're going to be working with today. And this is, again, so very strong emotions. And these EFT points are kind of like the catch-all points on the meridian system, because as you can tell by the amount of emotions that are represented on each one of them, these are the very strong meridian points, and they stimulate and release blocks. So when I say stimulate, that means kind of like sitting out here and stimulating that meridian to bring that your adrenals back on flow and in alignment and into balance, okay? So that